Stop. Before you send that message. Before you say what you are about to say. Before you do what your body is urging you to do. The universe needs to show you something. That anger you are feeling right now is not about them. It never was. You know this moment. Someone said something, or did something, or didn't do something they promised they would. And now, there is heat rising in your chest. Your jaw is tight. Your thoughts are moving fast. The words forming in your mind are sharp. And a part of you believes they deserve every single one of them. You feel completely justified. And maybe you are. Maybe what they did was genuinely wrong. Maybe they were unfair, or cruel, or careless. The universe is not here to defend them. It is here to protect you. Here is what is actually happening inside you. In this moment, and almost no one has ever shown you this, when that anger rises, your nervous system has just declared an emergency. A threat has been detected. Not always a physical threat, but something that feels like one. Your sense of worth being attacked, your trust being broken, your effort being dismissed, your love being disrespected. The body does not know the difference between a lion in the forest and a message that said something cruel. It responds the same way. Adrenaline, heat, speed, the urge to destroy the threat. And so you reach for words, the way a cornered animal reaches for its claws. But here's what the universe needs you to see clearly. While you are burning, they have moved on. While the fire rages inside you, they may not even know. You are holding burning coals in your hand, waiting for the right moment to throw them. And the only one getting burned is you. Now, the universe speaks. Anger is not your enemy. Say that again within yourself. Anger is not your enemy. It is a messenger. And like every time something triggers this deep rage inside you, the universe is pointing at a wound, not at the person who touched it, at the wound itself. The person in front of you may have been careless or unkind or even cruel, but the depth of your anger, the heat of it, the way it floods everything, that belongs to something much older than this moment. Think of the last time you felt this kind of anger. Not the situation, the feeling beneath it. Was it the feeling of being invisible, of being disrespected, of being abandoned, of not matching? That feeling, wherever it lives in your body, that is not new. That is an old wound, being touched by a new hand. And this is why the anger feels bigger than the situation deserves. Because it is carrying more than this moment. It is carrying every moment. You felt this way and had no language for it. The universe is not asking you to suppress your anger. It is not asking you to smile when you have been hurt. It is not asking you to pretend that what happened was acceptable. It is asking you something far more courageous. It is asking you to pause before the reaction and ask the question beneath the question. Not what did they do, but what does this remind me of? What old pain is being touched right now? What is this feeling trying to protect? Because when you can answer that question, you move from reaction to response, from explosion to expression, from destruction to truth. And truth, spoken calmly, with the fullness of your feeling behind it, is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. The universe now gives you one practice, not a philosophy, not a concept, something you can do. The next time anger rises, which may be today, when the heat begins, before you speak, before you type, before you act, place one hand on your chest, feel your heartbeat, and ask quietly, honestly, what am I actually afraid of right now? Not what did they do, but what does this remind me of? What old pain is being touched right now? What is this feeling trying to protect? Because when you can answer that question, you move from reaction to response, from explosion to expression, from destruction to truth. And truth, spoken calmly, with the fullness of your feeling behind it, is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. The universe now gives you one practice, not a philosophy, not a concept, something you can do. The next time anger rises, which may be today, when the heat begins, before you speak, before you type, before you act, place one hand on your chest, feel your heartbeat, and ask, quietly, honestly, what am I actually afraid of right now? Not, what am I angry about? What am I afraid of? Afraid of being dismissed, afraid of not being loved, afraid of being wrong, afraid of being forgotten. Name the fear, and the anger transforms. It does not disappear. It becomes information. Useful, sacred, directional information about what you need, about what you value, about where healing is still needed. And from that place, you can choose your response, not from the wound, not from the fear, but from the clearest, most honest, most powerful version of who you are. You came into this moment with anger in your hands. The universe asked you to leave it with a question in your heart. What situation in your life is testing your anger right now? And beneath the anger, what are you truly afraid of? Write your answer below, not for anyone else, for you. Because the moment you name it, the universe can begin to move it. This is day one. The voice has spoken. The correction has been made. You are not broken. You are not wrong. You are being refined.